following breaking news out of the NFL where Cam Akers has been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Panthers. Akers has been absent from practice the past 2 days due to personal reasons. His status for Sunday's game came out during a press conference with head coach Sean McVay, only saying that Cam Akers is working through some things but leaving the possibility on the table. There could potentially be more to the situation. Here's more from McVay on Friday.
Through some different things with Cam. He wasn't here yesterday. He won't be here today, and he'll be out for the game. And we're just working through some different stuff. Want to be able to keep that in-house, and so kind of leave that, where that's at right now as it relates to Cam.
I understand that, Sean, but do you expect him to be a part of this team moving forward?
We're working through some different things right now, and so, like I said, just kind of want to be able to, hopefully you guys understand and respect that, want to be able to just keep things internal right now.
Is he okay?
Yes.
So he is okay. That's the good news there. Of course, we'll keep you posted on this situation because it appears maybe there's a little bit more to it. But we're going to talk about Saturday and the fantasy impact with Dave Richard that this has. Going up against the Panthers, this defense has given up the 7th most fantasy points per game to running backs there. Darrell Henderson starting back into that starting role there. So what do you make of the situation involving Cam Akers?
Obviously, you've got to sit him if you've got him in fantasy. That's a no-brainer. Darrell Henderson is right back in our lives as a number 2 fantasy running back. And you talked about that Panthers run defense. It's 4.8 yards per carry allowed to running backs, 10th worst in football, but also 8.4 yards per catch allowed to running backs. That's important because Henderson's been used as a passing downs back. As recently as last week, Amanda, we saw him in a role where he was playing on a lot of 3rd downs and 4th downs. Those are target opportunities. That's what fantasy managers are looking for. And if Akers is out of the way, then Henderson should see a path to at least 15 touches in this favorable matchup. A running back has had at least 10 PPR points against Carolina in 4 of 5 games this year. And if you go back to last year, 12 games that he played in, 7 of them, at least 15 PPR points for Darrell Henderson.
Taking a look at the rankings, what we have right now, not with Henderson in it right now. This is, 13 through 24. Where would you slot him in this?
He's going to be right behind Kenneth Walker. And you see Kenneth Walker toward the top. Obviously, he'd be behind David Montgomery on this graphic. Montgomery's already played, but I have no problem taking a chance on him in a favorable matchup where catches count ahead of Miles Sanders, Melvin Gordon, et cetera, et cetera.
Talk to me about Cam Akers if you have him moving forward. I was looking on social media. I mean, some people saying they were already thinking of dropping him. He wasn't performing up to what they wanted. What would you do if you have him right now? With which Sean McVay said, not really sure what's going to happen in the future.
Right, and we don't know if this is a situation where he's going to be off this team soon or if he just has something that he's got to go deal with this weekend and he'll be back in time for week number 7. You've got to hold on to him. If you let him go and he's back in week 7, well, this is a running back who could eventually become what he once was. I wasn't necessarily a big fan of him coming into draft season. I don't have him on many of my teams, but a lot of people took him in that round 5 range. And people are hoping that he eventually regains his form. There have been flashes of that this year. But I don't think that he's eventually going to come right back in and be the main guy, especially if Henderson starts to play well again. This is his audition. And Sean McVay has always been a one running back guy. Past couple of weeks, they've used multiple running backs. I think Henderson sees an opportunity here where he can be that one running back moving forward.
You're taking a sigh of relief if you already have Henderson. If you have Akers, you don't have Henderson. Is there anyone else you might go after this week?
You know, there's other running backs that might still be on the waiver wire from other teams. Benjamin is one of those names that you could talk about. Maybe somebody else from Arizona because there's no James Conner, there's no Darrell Williams, so it could be somebody like Corey Clement or Keontae Ingram. But there is Malcolm Brown, and the Rams just brought him back in. He played in short yardage situations last week. He could end up being one of those running backs that's either going to get you 0 fantasy points or 6. It just depends if he scores a touchdown. I'd hate to rely on him, but he's someone who might be the second guy up for LA on Sunday.
Also in that press conference, moving beyond Cam Akers, but sticking with the Rams here, Sean McVay saying Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, both questionable. Do you have any concerns about starting them?
None whatsoever. You've seen all the targets that they've been getting. I expect that to continue.
Dave Richard, we appreciate it. Of course, we'll keep you at home posted on the Cam Akers situation right now, though, out for Saturday. Congratulations if you already have Darrell Henderson on your team. Fantasy Football Today, of which Dave is a part of. Make sure to download and follow, or you can watch it right now. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.